Hello, this is Jason with Truspiracy, and today we talk about the mind control tactic of the red and blue. Notice the red and blue on the front of the podium for UK politician David Cameron. This is an ancient form of mind control. The red and blue represent the fire and water in alchemy, but our handlers have programmed the masses for red and blue to represent a fabricated choice. For example, in Canada, we have Rogers, red, and Bell, blue, regarding your telephone, cable, or internet services. You can pay this company to spy on you and rot your mind, or you can pay the other choice to spy on you and rot your mind. Enjoy your freedom of choice. You can pick the blue or the red, spying and mind rot, or spying and mind rot. We have in Canada as well the Liberal Party, red, and the PC Party, blue, as the fabricated political choice. You can pick this party, who rules you without your consent or direct participation in any way, or you can pick the other party, who does exactly the same. Both are told what to do by the royal family to this very day. Enjoy your fabricated choice and illusion of freedom. You need to get really emotional and passionate about your fake choices because your belief in the illusion is the fuel that powers the entire system. The red and blue have been conditioned into the culture for so long to represent the illusion of choice that people don't even notice, yet only react as programmed. Ford, blue, and Chevy, red. The Democrats, blue, and the Republicans, red. Even in the word Democrat, we see the demo of the word demon. Demo is basically a description of the deity of the moon, which is related to the honoring of what occurs at night where the dark force of life blankets the earth, which is the night. In the word Republican, we see the first two letters re, meaning ray of light. So basically, the battle between Democrats and Republicans is nothing more than ancient entertainment, sort of like any Shakespearean play where dark fights against the light. The vast majority of Hollywood scripts today rehashes this endless way to entertain the slaves down on the human farm, with stories of good versus evil, and it really doesn't matter what side you cheer for, the result is still the same for each person. We have the Blue Cross, which is obviously blue, and the Red Cross, which is obviously red. The AFC red and the NFC blue in the NFL. The Western Conference blue and Eastern Conference in the NHL red. What are the colors of every Olympic boxing match? Well, they're red and blue, obviously. Pick red or blue as your favorite. It doesn't matter because the result is always the same for you, the slave. They laugh at you because you don't see it. In the NHL, the primary rivals are the Montreal Canadiens in Quebec. Their jersey is red, and the Toronto Maple Leafs in Ontario, and their jersey is blue. We have the Quebec flag, which is blue here in Canada, and the Ontario flag, which is red. And regardless of what side you may passionately cheer for, you are still being ruled over and still being forced to pay your tribute against your will, but also believing you're free all at the same time. The people who govern you by threat of violence, theft, and even murder invented this system of mind control thousands of years ago. And it's that gift that keeps on giving to the ruling elite and always has, because this information gap is purposely initiated to make the regular Joe down at the coffee shop think he really knows what's going on, while the entire time everything he knows is incorrect and hand-fed to him by the same ruling families which force him to pay tribute or disempower him at every turn via various government dictates. The red and blue analysis is really endless with, say, Coke and Pepsi, Russia versus the USA, communism versus democracy, the New York Yankees versus the Boston Red Sox, in soccer with Manchester United versus Manchester City. It's just there. And not many people know how this mind control tactic works because the ruling elite don't want anyone to know. Again, it's all about making sure an illusion of choice and control is maintained by the slaves so they don't feel the full weight of their slavery on their souls. It doesn't matter if you cheer for the Yankees or the Red Sox. You're still in the stands, not reading books, having a couple of poisonous beers and hot dogs, and both pretending you are in control of your lives, which of course only benefits your handlers. Sport is hand-fed to the masses because a life of paying tribute is frustrating, and the slave will have very little chance of victory for themselves personally down on the human farm. farm. If a human doesn't experience the highs of life down on the human farm, rebellion is almost a guarantee. So our social engineers use sport to move positive victory-based emotions through the slave class as a steam valve designed to vent off excessive energy potential that may be directed against the ruling class if the slave was to fully understand just how much of a slave they really are. Sports has been used like this as a venting mechanism for thousands of years to give the slave class a fabricated choice and an illusion of control while feeding them with emotions that they'll never experience themselves as slaves. Although the ruling class does see this as a cumbersome ritual and act to put on every year, they fully understand that it's completely necessary to keeping peace down on the human farm. Again, many sports-based choices are either blue or red, the fabricated choice designed by the ruling elite. Even lights on top of the police car are purposely colored red and blue because the police represent no choice whatsoever, and that's the scam. And not only because the ruling elite control the forces of violence against the slaves down on the farm. All the blue and red colors represent no choice whatsoever, because regardless of your choice, you're under the full control that fake option was designed to promote in the first place. You don't have a choice. You never did, because the result is the same regardless if you pick red or blue. You didn't see it before, right? What we need to see operates in plain sight, and once we can identify the structures designed to enslave us, only then can we avoid them.